Better day in the neighborhood, Miss Brenda.
That's quite the neighborhood. All right, we're looking at A20a, and we are looking at square roots part 3. Now, you have your list of perfect squares, but here it is. Square root of 1 is 1. Square root of 4 is 2. Going on, and this one goes up to the square root of 225 is 15. And you can see we're just counting up by ones, but then these are all perfect squares. Now, what's different here is we're asking you which number is between 5 and 6. So I know the square root of 21, if you think about your perfect square list, and I'm going to use this because mine, it might be easy for you to see the one above, but the square root of 21 would be less than this, right? I want to be between 5 and 6. Square root of 21 would be between 5 and 4, so that's not it. Square root of 48 would be between 6 and 7, because isn't that 48 between 36 and 49? Square root of 40, still there. Square root of 29? Why?
Because none of them are even between 5 and 6.
Square root of 29 is.
It's only 21, 48, 40, and 29.
Hey.
What?
Listen. The square root of 29 falls between the square root of 25 and square root of 36, doesn't it? That's what you're looking for. The square root of 25 is 5, and the square root of 36 is 6. And so the square root of 29, doesn't that fall between these two?
Yeah.
So the square root of 29 falls between 5 and 6. Now, here's the next question I'm going to ask you. Pay attention to this without ignoring me and moving on. The square root of 29 is 4 units away from 25, and the square root of 29 is 7 units away from 36. So the square root of 29 would be closer to 5 than it would 6. You could actually say it's between 5 and 5.5 without knowing any of the answers. Because the square root of 29 is closer to the square root of 25, it will be closer to 5. So you can split that in half, okay? You could also put this in the calculator, the square root of, the square root of 21. Oh, look, it's under 5. That's all I'm doing. Square root of 48, look at that. It's above 6.9. But that takes me too long. All right, which one's between 11 and 12? All right, look at 11 and 12. 11 squared is 121. 12 squared is 144. Do you see it? So this is too big. You said 119? What am I going? Wait, hold on. I'm going between 11 and 12, which is 121 and 144. 1/3. Do you see it? Yeah. Between 121 and 144. All right, now, the square root of 130. Is it closer to 144 or 121? Not asking a big question, guys. 130, how many units away from this? It's 9 units away, and it's 14 units away. So it's going to be closer to 11. It'd be between 11 and 11.5. So without knowing the number, I can narrow it down to half a unit. All right, what is the best estimate for the square root of 27? I'm just going to throw it in my calculator. But I will tell you this, without using my calculator, the square root of 27 is right above the square root of 25. So I think it's going to be 5.1. So type the square root of 27 in your calculator, and there it is, 5.19, and it goes on. All right, without using a calculator, what's the best estimate for the square root of 97?
Okay.
Why? Well, it is between 9.8 and 9.2, and I agree with you, because the square root of 97 is just below 100. And it's also closer to 10. The square root of 97 is only 3 units away from the square root of 100, but it's several units away. It's 16 away from this. So it would be closer to 10. To 100% double check yourself, throw it in the calculator. 9.84. Okay, that's it for that page. Okay, so what you're going to work on now is your A20, and you can see it's the same thing. What are the following numbers between 6 and 7? You guys have 2 options. You can plug these in your calculator, or you can look at your perfect squares, and that 6 goes with 36, and 7 goes with 49. So it should be between the square root of 36 and the square root of 49. That's what I'm looking for. And out of these numbers, Which one's between 36 and 49? Not that, not that. It's got to be square root of 47. That's actually quicker to me than putting them all in the calculator. All right, that is pretty much what you're doing. You're answering between. You do have a simplifying with multiple choice, so that would be easier. So some more multiple choice. So use your brains here, okay? Not just to guess.
A21 too.
No.
It's starting